Hello everyone, Rich from PCGamesN here, and I'm joined by Mike Ybarra, Microsoft's Vice President for Windows and Xbox Gaming. We're at E3 2017, and the biggest news, I guess, for Microsoft coming out of the show so far is the launch of the Xbox One X. What will the launch of that console specifically mean for PC gamers?
Yeah, I mean, the launch of Xbox One X is a big moment for us at Microsoft. Anytime you, at E3 and you launch a console, it's kind of a big moment for everybody, so there's lots of excitement. For us, Xbox One X means bringing the absolute premium experience to the living room. True 4K graphics, 8 million pixels in the living room, spatial audio, high dynamic range, sound, then visuals, just the premium product at the best price per performance ratio that you'll find anywhere else.
Right, but does it mean anything in particular for PC gamers?
Well, PC gamers, I mean, if somebody wants to play on their TV in the living room, the best 4K games that they get in high-value PC game systems today, this is the box for them to get.
Right, okay. But obviously, you know, with the Play Anywhere scheme, we've gotten used to a state in which basically every Xbox game that comes out on console is also coming out on PC. But it's clear we're also talking more than just ports, right? With the PC gaming show we saw earlier, it's clear that you guys are taking some real special measures to cater to PC gamers specifically. So can you talk a little bit about your strategy to really deliver for PC gamers in the near future?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. I think you referenced the PC Gamer Show where we announced Age of Empires coming, brand new. Like I played a lot of Age of Empires in my time, brand new definitive edition of that game coming. For developers on that side, 4K textures on Windows, bringing that onto Xbox One X and being able to easily bring those games. We have 18 Xbox Play Anywhere games now. We have 20 more coming in the roadmap, and so developers are really embracing the fact that Xbox is giving them the widest variety of audience for them to play their games on.
Right. We also saw the announcement of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds coming exclusively to Xbox yesterday, and it immediately made me wonder whether one of the factors that might have convinced him to sign exclusively on Xbox was the Universal Windows platform. Can you talk a little bit about the sort of synergies that Microsoft are able to deliver through that platform, and what benefits they'll be able to bring in the longer term for PC gaming?
Yeah, for all developers, we created a specific development kit for Xbox One X. We unified our tools across Windows development and Xbox development, so developers of PlayerUnknown Battleground and many other games find it very easy for them to bring their games to our console. And so that optimization is making them say, hey, I've got it on Windows already. It's easy to bring it to an even broader audience with Xbox One X. Let's go ahead and do that. And one of our biggest pillars and objectives in creating this system was to make that as simple as possible for them.
Okay, but is there any kind of benefit that players who are already on PC would be able to derive from Microsoft being in both spaces at the same time?
Yeah, sure. One example from a consumer point of view is if a developer chooses, they can combine the multiplayer pools. So there's millions of people on the multiplayer pool instead of having different fragments. Minecraft kind of touched on this in our briefing, where they said no matter what device you're on, iOS, Android, Xbox One X, even Nintendo Switch, we're going to take all of those communities and build them together. So if you're on your iOS device, I'm on my Xbox One X, we can be in the same world building together. I think you're going to see a lot of developers take advantage of that, and consumers will get the benefit because they have way more people to meet with, socialize with, and build those worlds together with.
Okay, and in terms of like game libraries and things, we've seen that Forza 7 is confirmed for PC, which is very exciting. It'll be the first time that a full-fat Forza game is launched on the PC. Can we expect more of that in the future with other franchises that have traditionally been seen on consoles, such as Halo, for instance?
Well, from first-party standpoint, I think Phil has said we're committed to having our franchises on both PC and on console. And Forza Motorsport 7 is actually a second Forza game. The first one's Forza Horizon 3 that's on both of those right now, PC and Xbox One X.
And the Age of Empires remaster in particular, that's really exciting for a whole generation of PC gamers, myself included.
Yeah.
On top of the Age of Empires remaster that we've also seen in the past, can we expect more of that sort of thing in the future, digging into Microsoft's sort of back catalogue of classic PC games?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything other than Age of Empires to announce today, but certainly that game has gotten a lot of excitement. People played that a lot, and now that's coming back, and I think there's just a whole bunch of excitement for us to bring that franchise in new ways, and Definitive Edition will do that for people with 4K graphics for the first time. You saw the before and after screens of the game. Looks really great.
And a few months ago, you also announced a line of affordable VR headsets coming at some point in the near future to PC. We've still yet to sort of see VR take off in a big way from a consumer perspective. Why is Microsoft betting on that market, and what are you guys intending to do differently?
We're all in on MR on Windows, and we think Windows right now is the best place for that because of the openness that that platform provides, and also the developer excitement and engagement already that we see from them. You're right, we announced multiple different HMDs at different price points so that consumers can come in and not have a steep price point for an accessory, which is one of the blockers we sort of saw there. At the same time, you can go even higher end and get something that gives more fidelity. The immersion that gives and the potential, I think everybody in the industry sees. I would agree with you that right now the uptake and the excitement isn't there yet because that killer app isn't there from a gaming perspective, but we definitely are very excited about what that can bring, and we're using Windows right now to drive that.
Right, and returning briefly to the Age of Empires remaster, you touched on the features that it will launch with, things like 4K,
true 4K native textures,
orchestral score, and all of that sort of thing. And this, we heard that within Microsoft now there's a whole sort of unit dedicated to bringing games to PC and thinking about the sort of features that PC gamers will demand, like sort of uncapped frame rates and things of this nature. So can we talk a little bit about your longer-term strategy for catering specifically to PC games? Yeah,
it starts with Windows. I mean, we announced Age of Empires, that game. We have 21.9 resolution on some of our first-party games. We have SLI and AMD Crossfire support in terms of having multiple graphics and GPUs. But even in Windows itself, we have something like Game Mode we just introduced with a Creators Update of Windows 10, which if you select it, will give the game all the resources as possible, puts the other things that the operating system is doing on a general purpose PC in suspend. This device, once you start a game, it's 100% focused on that game. A Windows desktop isn't. There's a lot of things going on. So we want to make Windows 10 the best operating system from a core platform standpoint by doing things like Game Mode, built-in broadcasting. More people are watching gaming than playing gaming now. And so we have built-in broadcasting to Windows, so you can play a game, hit one button, immediately start broadcasting it out to audiences for them to discover. And we're going to continue to invest there to make Windows the best operating system for gamers.
Okay, cool. And just to sort of wrap things up, we spoke with Phil Spencer last year. He mentioned that keyboard and mouse support will be coming at some point to Xbox consoles. Has there been any movement on that?
Still the plan is to bring keyboard and mouse to the console. I think when we think about that, we have to be give a lot of developer choice, but also be very mindful about it, because in the competitive space, if you're on keyboard and mouse and I'm on controller, you naturally have an advantage with the precision of that input. So we want to give developers the option to support keyboard and mouse, and if they do, the option to say, do you want to play with all keyboard people, with just mouse and keyboard people, with just controller people, or you don't care because you think you can compete with all of them at the same time. And so that's something that's on the roadmap still. We're not announcing a date here, but definitely something we want to do.
Presumably that's going to make your plans for cross-platform play and between Xbox and PC a little bit more complicated?
I wouldn't say. I actually think it makes it easier, because a lot of people develop for keyboard and mouse on the PC side, and they have to go to controller in order to support Xbox, and same vice versa. Once you unify input and think about people doing controller and keyboard and mouse, I think that's going to be a lot easier from an input mechanic for the games that people create.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks very much for your time. It was a pleasure to speak with you.
You too.
Thanks very much, all of you guys, for tuning in. We'll have plenty more from E3 2017 on PCGamesN, so like, share, subscribe, follow, and head over to the site to keep up to date with all the latest.